In this video, we will be taking over Barcelona for 5 seasons. Throughout these years, we will try to win as much trophy as we can by signing the best possible players out there. But we have to keep the financial situation in mind. Well, we have to complete some of the challenges as well. The first one is to win the treble with the club. Well, not once but twice. And the second one is to win the Ballon d'Or with 2 different players, which I don't think is going to be easy as we are in the era of Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland. So this is the team for season 1. Out front we have Robert Lewandowski, the current top scorer for the club in this season. Although he's 34 years of age, but he's still delivering at the moment. So I would like to keep him in this season, but I'm not sure about the next. On the left wing position we have Ferran Torres. I have my faith in him. That's why I'm going to give him the first team chance, as I believe that he will be a great player here at Barcelona, well, if he stays. On the right wing position we have Rafinha. In the middle we have Gundogan, Frankie de Jong and Romeo. And I don't really know why they have signed him, as clearly he is not fitting into this Barca team. So I have decided to put Frankie de Jong on the defensive midfield role, while Pedri is going to play on the midfield. And de Jong is already feeling the setback in his overall by 2. But guys, we don't have any other options. Due to financial situation, we can only sign one player in the first season. And clearly this is not the position I think we need to strengthen in the first season. The player I want to sign or retain in the first season is Joao Cancelo. Well, I know a lot of you guys want me to sign Joao Flick, as he has already showed his desire to play for the club. But at this moment I feel that we need to sign Joao Cancelo because we cannot find a player better than him in this position. Plus in the second season, Ansuman Fati will also be returning back to the club from Brighton. So we have to tackle that situation as well. So right now signing Felix is not looking like a good move. So the negotiation to sign Joao Cancelo has begun with Pep Guardiola. His current market value is around 60 million. So I'm going to offer 65 million for him. Let's see what Pep says about it. They want Gundogan plus 43 million, which is obviously not acceptable. I have increased the value to 72 million and let's see how they respond with it. And here we go, the deal is done. So Joao Cancelo is finally here at Barcelona, but I don't understand why he's rejoining the club when he's already at the club. Plus Cancelo has a release clause of nearly 162 million, so we have to watch out for that. With Cancelo permanently here on the centre back position, we have Ronald Araujo, one of the best centre back in the world, and he will be joined by Koundé, and on the left back we have Balde. While on the goalkeeping position we have the club captain Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and these are going to be our substitute. As you can see, Witter is here, but Yamin Lamal is still missing from the game. Plus I would love to sell a lot of players in the first season, but we'll talk about it later, because first we need to talk about the youth academy. We are rebuilding Barcelona, so we have to talk about La Masia. And as of now I don't see any good player in this youth academy. We have Stephen back, which is decent, not that great but decent comparing to others. So in order to create our own youth academy like La Masia, I have set it up a scouting network across Argentina, Brazil and Spain. Well, surprisingly the first offer that we have received is for Robert Lewandowski, and it is from the league rivals Real Madrid. They are willing to offer nearly 69.2 million for him, and to me it looks like the Mbappe deal is not through yet, so they want to sign Lewandowski, which is not going to happen. And the tactics that we are going to use in this rebuild is obviously going to be tiki-taka, because that's what they are known for. We have seen them playing with this tactics for years. So with the transfer window finally over, let's take a look at the players that we have sold in the first season. So we have loaned out Twilly to Norwich for 1 year. We have also sold Gui to West Ham United for 1 million, while Sergio Roberto has joined Atalanta for a fee of 15.5 million, whereas NL Alarcon has joined Wolverhampton for a fee of 2.7 million. And at last, Marcos Alonso joining the Serie A giant Juventus for a fee of 12.1 million. And this is going to be our final team, and let's see how this team perform in its first season. In the first season itself, we have managed to win the Manager of the Year as a Barcelona coach. And can you believe it that we have done so without winning a single title with the club, as the award has been out in the January only. But in the end, obviously I'm going to take it. With the season ends, we have managed to win the league title with Barcelona, and we we haven't just won it, we have dominated the league. As you can see, we are 12 points above Atletico de Madrid, who are the runner-ups, while 16 points above Real Madrid, who have finished third in the table. And now let's see who's got relegated this season, and surprisingly it is Girona FC, the team that has been doing a lot better in real life, unfortunately have been relegated, and the second team is Almeria and the last team is Granada FC. In the Spanish Super Cup, we have lost the finals with Atletico de Madrid. They have defeated us 4-3 on penalties. And in the Copa del Rey round of 32, it was once again Atletico de Madrid who knocked us out 2-0. And now talking about the Champions League, we have managed to top the group with 13 points and are through to the round of 16, where we faced Celtic and defeated them 4-3 on penalties. But with the team that we have, the game shouldn't be gone to penalties. And in the quarterfinals, we defeated Kylian Mbappe PSG 2-0. But in the semi-finals, once again it was Atletico de Madrid who knocked us out 4-1 on penalties. And it's the third straight competition that they have knocked us out in this season. The top scorer for this season is Ferran Torres, the boy that we have believed in. He has scored 22 goals and assisted 9 times in 54 games. And he is not the only player who has scored 22 goals this season, as Robert Lewandowski is also the joint top scorer with Ferran Torres. He has scored 22 goals and assisted 6 times, 3 less than Ferran Torres. The top assister for this season is Pedri with 10 assists to his name, while also scoring 10 goals in 48 games. Whereas Ilkay Gundogan has scored 2 goals and provided 5 assists, whereas Frankie de Jong has scored 8 goals and provided 9 assists in 49 games. Rafinha also has a tremendous season. He has scored 19 goals and provided 4 assists in 48 games, whereas Joao Felix has managed to score only 2 goals in 16 games. And I'm quite happy with the decision that we haven't signed him permanently. And as you can see, Victor Roque has a better season than Joao Felix. He has managed to score 7 goals and 1 assist in 29 games. So season 2 is here and we have a lot of work ahead of us, and as you can see, this is the team that we have to work with. And in this season, some of the big players need to leave the club. The first one is Robert Lewandowski. His current age is 35. His overall has decreased up to 88, and it will keep on decreasing with the passage of time. So in order to get the best amount out of him, we need to sell him this season. And the second one is Ilkay Gundogan, who is currently 33 years of age. His overall has decreased up to 84 and is currently unhappy at the moment. And we have just received an offer for him that is from Napoli. They are willing to offer nearly 26 million, which I'm going to take. While with the new season starts, some of the players have returned from their loan spell, like Ansuman Fati, Langley from Aston Villa, Eric Garcia, Araujo, even Dest and Pablo Torre. While Joao Felix has returned back to his parent club Atletico de Madrid. And finally, we have received an offer for Robert Lewandowski. It is from the Premier League club Aston Villa. They are willing to offer 14.6 million plus Douglas Luiz, and clearly I'm not interested in the player, so we have to negotiate. So we have removed the player and our asking price is 55 million, and here you go, the deal has been done. And here guys, I have received an unrealistic offer. It is from Real Madrid. They are willing to offer 2.8 million plus Nuno Mendes for Joao Cancelo. Although this offer is quite tempting, but I'm not going to accept this because this will be highly unrealistic. So with Robert Lewandowski gone, the first player I want to sign is for the striking position. For that, we have 2 options. The first one is Alexander Isak. He used to play for Real Sociedad and he's got a plenty good experience to play in La Liga. Currently playing for Newcastle United, their asking price is 84 million and we can have him for around 75 million. While the second one is the Argentinian Julian Alvarez, currently playing for Manchester City. Their asking price is nearly 81 million and we can have this deal in around 72 or maybe 73 million. While if we compare both of these players, Isak and Alvarez, both are top notch, while Isak is the first team player for Newcastle United, so it's going to be difficult to get him, while Manchester City already have Erling Haaland, so it is not going to be that difficult to get Alvarez. So I'm going to open the deal with 65 million and let's see how they respond. They want 69 million for him. So let's try to put 67 million and I really think this will do the job. So here you go, the deal has been done. we have signed Alvarez from Manchester City. So after the first signing, the second player I want to sign is for the defensive midfield role. As I don't want Frankie de Jong to play in the defensive midfield role, I want him to play in the position of Gavi or even Pedri. And in order to do that, we need to find a perfect defensive midfielder for this team. And the player I want to sign is Joshua Kimmich. Well, why not? He's been highly linked with Barcelona this season and he's got the perfect trait to be a CDM for Barcelona. Look at that, 82 defending, 83 dribbling and 88 passing. And he also comes up with 6 strong play styles, and there are strong rumors that he wants to play for Barcelona, but in order to sign him we need to splash nearly 70 million. So here you go, we have signed Joshua Kimmich from Bayern Munich, but not for 70 million, it is for 75 million, as all the negotiations are not that easy. So Joshua Kimmich is finally here at Barcelona. He will be joined by Pedri and Frankie de Jong. And looking at the defense, it is looking sorted to me as well. We have Cancelo, Araujo, Koundé and Balde, who has increased up to 83, whereas Ter Stegen remains to be our club captain. Well, these are going to be our substitute bench. As you can see, Eric Garcia has returned, so do Araujo, and let's see how this team performs in season 2. But before that, let's take a quick look at the players that we have sold this season. So the first one is Serginho Dest. We have sold him to Nottingham Forest for a fee of 21.4 million. And the next is Robert Lewandowski to Aston Villa for a fee of 55 million. And after that, it was Romeo to Inter Milan for a fee of 15 million. While Pablo Torre will be joining Juventus for a 1-year loan deal. And the news that have shook the whole football world, it is Ilkay Gundogan joining Atletico de Madrid for a fee of 26.3 million. And in order to join them, he even ditched his former club Borussia Dortmund. While on the other hand, Clement Lenglet will be joining Ronaldo in the Saudi League, as he had decided to join Al Nassr for a fee of 7.2 million. Whereas Martinez will also be on his way to join AC Milan for a fee of 15 million. And with all of these things done, I can't wait to see how this team performs in season 2. So with the season finished, we have done it once again, as we are the league winner for the consecutive second time by defeating Real Madrid by 4 points. And as you can see, we have scored the most number of goals this season. And I can't wait to see who is the top scorer for the club this season. But before that, let's take a look at the club who are getting relegated this season. The first one is Deportivo Alaves, then Real Zaragoza, and in the end it is SD Eibar. And now talking about the Spanish Supercopa, we have done it. We have managed to win it by defeating Real Madrid 2-1, and this is trophy number 3. And now let's see what we have done in Copa de España, and here you can see we have done it. This is trophy number 5. We have managed to lift the Copa de España by defeating Real Betis 2-0. And now let's talk about the Champions League. We have managed to top the group as we have 13 points, equal points with Newcastle United, and are through to the round of 16. Where we defeated AC Milan 3-1 on aggregate and are through to the quarterfinals. And in the quarterfinals, we faced Manchester City and defeated them 3-2. And in the semi-finals, we faced Bayern Munich. We had a history with them, but still, somehow we have defeated them 4-1 on aggregate and are through to the finals, where we are going to face Carlos Ancelotti Real Madrid, and I can't believe this is happening. El Clasico in the finals of the Champions League. So this is the team for Real Madrid. They have signed Ivan Ferguson, they have Bellingham in the middle, they have signed Nuno Mendes that we already know, and on the right back spot they have signed Gusto. And if you look at their last 5 games, they are undefeated, so it's not going to be easy to defeat them in the finals. And this is the team that I'm going to use against them, and let's see what is the result in the finals against Real Madrid. And here you go, we have done it. We have managed to win the Champions League by defeating Real Madrid 3-0. And as you can see, Rafinha is on the score sheet, so do Julian Alvarez and Ferran Torres as well at the 73rd minute. So with the season ends, we have managed to win the treble with Barcelona by winning the Champions League, Copa de España and the league title as well. And with the season ends, let's take a look at the stats of the player who is the top scorer and assister this season. The top scorer for this season is Rafinha. He has managed to score 31 goals and provided 8 assists in 55 games. Well, he is not the only top scorer for the club, as Julian Alvarez has also managed to score 31 goals while providing providing 5 assists, just 3 less than Rafinha in 53 games. And the top assister for this season is Pedri. He has managed to assist 12 times while scoring 10 goals in 54 games. While Frankie de Jong has also managed to score 12 goals and 7 assists, and our youngster Hidalgo has managed to provide 7 assists this season. And Ferran Torres has a decent season as well, as you can see 13 goals scored and 4 assists in 49 games. And Vitor Roque has managed to score 11 goals and provide 1 assist in 26 games. Not that bad considering his 20 years of age. While on the other hand, our new signing Joshua Kimmich has managed to score 4 goals and provide 11 assists, just 1 assist less than Pedri in 58 games. And now it is time to talk about the top scorer and assister in these 2 seasons. Well, talking about the top scorer, it is Rafinha on the first place. He has scored 50 goals in these 2 seasons. And on the second place, we have Ferran Torres with 35 goals scored. While on the third place, we have Julian Alvarez, who has scored 31 goals in his first season. And now talking about the top assister, it is Pedri with 22 assists provided in these 2 seasons. And on the second place, we have Frankie de Jong with 16 assists. And on the third place, we have Ferran Torres with 13 assists to his name. So season 3 is here. Last season, we have managed to win the treble with Barcelona, but if we do that once again in this season, then we will become the first manager to do that in the history by winning 2 trebles in 2 consecutive seasons with the same team. So this is our team for season 3. As you can see, every player is looking like a beast. Look at that. Julian Alvarez is 87 and he will be joined by Rafinha, who has increased up to 85. Not that great of a progress, but his stats says otherwise, as he is currently the top scorer for the club. On the left wing position, we have Ferran Torres, who has increased up to 88, while in the middle we have Pedri 92, Frankie de Jong 90, and joined by the Kimmich 89. Well, talking about the defense, we have Joao Cancelo, who has increased up to 88, Araujo is 90, Seydou Koundé 90 as well, and Balde has increased up to 86. And our club captain Ter Stegen has increased up to 91, and keeping in mind he is 33 years of age. And on the substitute bench, we have Gavi, who has increased up to 87, Eric Garcia is 79, while Fati is 82. While Christensen is now 84, while Vitor Roque has increased up to 80. What a progress this guy is showing, and keep in mind he's only 20 years of age. While Torre has also returned from his loan spell after spending an year at the old lady, and I'm going to use him in this season. And by looking at every player, I don't think we need to sign any more player, well, unless somebody leaves the club. But guys, we have a problem. Kimmich release clause 163 million have been met by none other than Wolverhampton, and I really don't know how they have managed to generate this much amount of money, but we have to find his replacement as soon as possible. For the CDM role, we have 3 options. The first one is Ismail Benisser from Manchester United. Their asking price is 146 million, but I think we can have this deal in 120 million. And the second one is Nicolo Barella from Inter Milan. His contract is expiring in 10 months, so I think we can have him for like 75 million. But the problem is that he is not a proper defensive midfielder. We have to play Frankie de Jong on the CDM role while he will play up front. So I'm not sure about him right now. And the third one is Declan Rice from Arsenal. He's been approached by Inter Milan. Well, their asking price is 111 million. I think we can have him for around 90 million. So out of these 3, I'm going to remove Nicolo Barella for now because he's not a proper CDM. And now we are down to 2 players, and I really want to sign Declan Rice because I think he will do such a great job at Barcelona. So I'm going to start the negotiation with 85 million. Let's see how they respond. They want 96.6 million for him. So let's try to counter it with 90 million. Let's see how they respond. So here you go. The deal has been done with 90 million for Declan Rice. So with Declan Rice finally in the team, I don't see anything stopping this team from winning the treble once again. But before we move forward, let's take a look at the players that have left the club this season. As you can see, Garrido will be joining Norwich for a 2-year loan deal. So do Velasco to Huesca. And the big bummer Kimmich joining Wolverhampton. I still can't believe that they have paid 163 million for him. And this is the reason I don't want to include release clause in some big players contract, because their value increases and we are in the third season, and even the clubs like Wolverhampton can pay the price like 160 or 170 million. And with all of these things done, let's see how this team performs in season 3. Plus, I want you guys to guess that who is going to be the top scorer with the end of the third season. Make sure to write your predictions in the comment section below. This year, the Young Player of the Year award goes to Vitor Roque after having a tremendous season with the club. While this year, Ballon d'Or winner is Julian Alvarez, and he has done so by defeating his own teammate Ferran Torres and Kylian Mbappe. We are in the January transfer window and I can't really find Vitor Roque anywhere in the club. After searching him throughout, I found out that his release clause 96 million have been met by Manchester United, and he is now a Manchester United player, so we need to sign a player to replace him. For the replacement of Vitor Roque, we have signed the American sensation for Laurent Balogun from AS Monaco for a fee of 70 million. And with his installment, this team is ready to compete the rest of the season. FYI, Koundé will be back after 5 weeks as he has suffered a toe injury, and in his absence, Christensen will do the job for us. With the season finished, we have turned it. We have managed to win La Liga 3 times in a row, this time defeating Atletico Madrid by 13 points. And if you notice, Real Madrid finished 4th in the table, 30 points gap between the club, and this has to be the first time in the history with this big margin at the end of the season. In the Spanish Super Cup, we are not in the finals because in the semi-finals, Atletico de Madrid defeated us 2-0. And let's see how we have done in Copa de España. We are again not in the finals, as in the round of 16 we got knocked out by the hands of RCD Mallorca, and with the team that we have, we shouldn't be doing that. And here in the UEFA Super Cup, Benfica clinched the title by defeating us 2-1. And so far we are not doing great, only managed to win La Liga and getting knocked out in 3 competitions. And now it is time to talk about the Champions League. We have managed to top the group as we were undefeated, and in the round of 16 we have defeated AC Milan 7-3 on aggregate, while in the quarterfinals we faced FC Porto and defeated them 4-1 and are through to the semi-finals. And in the semi-finals we defeated Roma FC 5-2 on aggregate and are through to our second Champions League finals, which will be played against Bayern Leverkusen, and this might be the chance to lift our second Champions League trophy. And by looking at their team, I think there is a chance, although they have signed Mancini, Varane, and if you notice, Ritz is on the substitute bench. I don't know why he's not playing him, but the player to watch is Boniface. They have Gerard Moreno as well, Frimpong and Grimaldo on the wings. And if we notice, in the last 5 games they have only won 2 games, so there is a possibility that we can win the Champions League. And this will be the team that I'm going to use in the finals. As you can see, Frankie de Jong is playing on the CDM role. I have replaced him with Declan Rice, who is on the bench because I want to play Gavi in the finals with Pedri, and the rest of the team remains the same, and let's see how we do in the finals. And here we go, we have managed to defeat Bayern Leverkusen in the final 1-0. It is Ronald Araujo scoring the winning goal for us. Well, not only the winning goal, the only goal scored in the finals. So with this, let's take a look at the player who is the top scorer and top assister this season. Well, the top scorer for this season is not Julian Alvarez, it is Ferran Torres. He has scored 36 goals while providing 18 assists in 53 games. And by this, he is also the top assister for the club, which makes him the most decorated player this season. While Alvarez has scored 26 goals and provided 10 assists, let's talk about Rafinha, 22 goals scored and 7 assists in 54 games. And our new signing Balogun has managed to score only 4 goals and 1 assist and only managed to play 8 games, and 2 of them in the Champions League, in which he has scored 3 goals and 1 assist. While on the other hand, Frankie de Jong has scored 6 goals, 14 assists. Talking about Pedri, 4 goals, 5 assists, and Gavi with 8 goals, 1 assist. And now let's talk about the top scorer and assister throughout these 3 seasons. Well, first let's talk about the top scorer. Even after scoring scoring 36 goals in a single season. Ferran Torres is not the top scorer, it is Rafinha. He has scored 72 goals in these 3 seasons. But on the second spot, it is Ferran Torres with 71, only 1 goal less than Rafinha. While on the third place, it is Julian Alvarez, who has managed to score 57 goals in 2 seasons. And now talking about the top assister in these 3 seasons, it is Ferran Torres on the top with 31 assists to his name. And on the second place, we have Frankie de Jong with 30 assists, 1 less than Ferran Torres. And on third, we have Pedri with 27 assists to his name. But what I'm curious about right now is Ferran Torres did enough to win the Ballon d'Or. I mean, he has scored 36 goals this season plus 18 assists, plus we can't forget that he has won the league title as well as the Champions League with Barcelona. And now the moment we all have been waiting for, it is between Julian Alvarez, Ferran Torres and Rafinha, and in the end it is Ferran Torres who has managed to lift the Ballon d'Or for the first time by defeating his own teammates Alvarez and Rafinha. So this is the team that we have to work with. As you can see, this team is tremendously good, but there are going to be some big and important players that are going to leave the club in this season as they have requested a transfer away from the club, and you will be shocked to know their name. But before that, if you haven't watched the first episode, the link of that will be in the description down below. As up front, we have Julian Alvarez who has increased up to 90. On the left wing, we have the Ballon d'Or winner Ferran Torres with 91, and on the right wing we have Rafinha with 88, and they will be supported by Ansuman Fati, and there is a strong chance that he will leave in this season as he has requested a transfer away from the club. And in the midfield, we have Pedri who has received a red card in the last match of the last season, so he's not going to play his first game in La Liga. On the CDM role, we have Declan Rice who has increased up to 87, and Frankie de Jong in the middle with 91, and they will be supported by Casado, one of the players from the youth academy, joined by Pablo Gavi who has increased up to 89, one of the players who has requested a move away from the club. On the defensive role, we have Ronald Araujo who has increased up to 91, joined by Koundé who is 90, and Balde on the left back, and he has also submitted a transfer request this season. And on the goalkeeper position, we have Ter Stegen who has increased up to 91, keeping in mind his age is 34. So the first offer that we have received is for Pablo Gavi. It is from Newcastle United. They are willing to offer nearly 165 million. Well, his current value is around 130 million, so 180 or maybe 190 million is the best that we can have for him. So I have started a negotiation with 183 million. Let's see how they respond with it. They want 164.7 million. So let's try to put 170 million, and here we go. The deal is done and Gavi being sold to Newcastle United for 170 million. So with Pablo Gavi gone, the player I want to sign for his replacement is Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea, as it has been highly rumored that he has requested a move to Catalonia. Plus their asking price is 153 million, so I think we can have him for like 130 million. So upon hard negotiation, the deal is stuck at nearly 136 million, which I think is not bad for Enzo Fernandez. And in the end, we have signed Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea for a fee of 135 million. So with Fernandez finally in the team, the next player I want to sign is for the left back position, as we have received an offer for Balde, and it is from the league rival Sevilla. They're willing to offer nearly 166 million for him. Personally, to be honest, I don't want to sell him to one of the direct rivals in the league, but there is only 1 year left in his contract and he's not ready to renew it. So we have to sell him to Sevilla, but not for 166 million. So I have started the negotiation with 180 million, but they are sticking with 165.6 million. Let's try to put 170 million and see their response, but they are not ready to budge down below their asking price. And in the end, I think we have to accept this offer, otherwise we will be letting him go for free. So with Balde gone, I think I already know the perfect player for his replacement. So here you go, we have signed Alejandro Grimaldo from Bayern Leverkusen for a fee of 55 million. So with Grimaldo in the team, let's see if he managed to complete any of the challenges at the end of the season. So with the season finished, we have managed to win the league title by defeating Real Madrid. That means the treble is on. While in the UEFA Super Cup, we have managed to defeat Atletico de Madrid 3-0. In the Copa de España quarter-final, Espanyol knocked us out 2-1, and we have lost the chance to lift the treble this season. And now let's see how we have done in the Champions League. We are in the finals against Bayern Munich. Although we are not going to win the treble, but if we win the Champions League, there is a possibility that one of the players are going to win the Ballon d'Or. And in the end, we have managed to win the Champions League by defeating Bayern Munich 2-1. Where Julian Alvarez and Ronald Araujo both were on the score sheet. And this is going to be the trophy number 10 for us. And now let's talk about the top scorer and the top assister for this season. Well, the top scorer for this season is Julian Alvarez, and I can tell you that he cannot have a better season than this, as he has managed to score 49 goals and 3 assists in 52 games. And out of these 49 goals, he has scored 12 goals in the Champions League and 33 in La Liga. And the top assister for this season is Frankie de Jong. He has managed to provide 17 assists and scored 10 goals in 51 games. And now talking about Rafinha, he has scored 14 goals and provided 7 assists. If we move on to Ferran Torres, he has scored 21 goals and 7 assists. While Alejandro Grimaldo on the other hand had managed to provide 8 assists and scored only 1 goal in 36 games. So season 5 is here, and as you can see, we cannot have a better team than this. And there is only one player that we need to sign for this season, and that is for the right wing position, as Rafinha has submitted a transfer request and there is only 1 year left in his contract and is not ready to negotiate with us. And the reason for that is he wants to win a Ballon d'Or, and he knows it in the presence of Alvarez and Ferran Torres he's not going to get one. Well, Rafinha, this is not how it works. If you don't believe me, you can ask Neymar. He did the same when he was at Barcelona, and we all know what happened after that. So in the end, we have received an offer for Rafinha, and it is from Newcastle United. They are willing to offer nearly 88 million plus Tom Peters. So finally, we have received an offer for Rafinha, and it is PSG. They are willing to offer nearly 128 million. So let's try to negotiate and close this deal with 140 or even more than that. So I have started the negotiation with 145 million. Let's see how Enrique respond with it. Well, they are sticking with 127.7 million plus 1% sell-on clause. And the reason for that is his contract is expiring and next season he can join them for free. So in the end, I have accepted the 127.7 million and we have sold him to PSG. For the replacement of Rafinha, we have signed Moussa Diaby from Aston Villa for a fee of 110 million. So with the installment of Moussa Diaby in the team, I think this team can win the treble this season. But before that, we had to move on to 30th of October to see who have won the Ballon d'Or this season. And now we are in the month of November, and let's see who have won the Ballon d'Or this season. And in the end, it is Julian Alvarez who has managed to win his second Ballon d'Or by defeating Ferran Torres and our former player Rafinha. And with that, we have completed our first challenge, that is to win the Ballon d'Or with any of our players. But the question is, can we complete our second challenge, that is to win the treble? Let's find out. And in the end, we have managed to win the league title by defeating Real Madrid by 4 points. And this is the 5th league title in a row with Barcelona. And I can say that we have dominated the league in these 5 seasons. And now let's see how we have done in the Copa de España. This is another trophy this season. We have defeated Real Madrid 2-0. And with that, the treble is on. But before that, let's see how we have done in the Spanish Super Copa, and we have lost it to Real Madrid. But in the UEFA Super Cup, we have defeated Porto 3-1, and this is trophy number 13. And now the moment that we have been waiting for. Let's see how we have done in the Champions League. And seriously guys, we are in the finals against Arsenal, and if somehow we manage to win this, then we will complete the treble this season. But before that, let's take a look at the journey. In the group stage, we managed to be on the top and are through to the round of 16, where we faced Atlanta and defeated them 7-3. In the quarterfinals, we defeated Manchester United 3-0 on aggregate, and in the semi-finals, we faced Liverpool and defeated them 8-2. Well, this scoreline does remind me of something from the past. But for now, let's focus on the finals. So this is the team that Arsenal are going to use in the finals. As you can see, on the striking position, we have some players from the youth academy. On the left wing, we have Pedro Gonzalez, while Orkun Kokcu in the middle, replacing Martin Odegaard. Well, they have also signed Miretti from Juventus, and look at that. On the right back position, we have Alexander Arnold, which is definitely a controversial signing. And in the end, we have lost the finals against Arsenal. Bukayo Saka scoring the goal at the 99th minute. Well, we had 68% of possession but still no shot on target. I don't know what Alvarez, Ferran Torres are doing up front. And looking at the report, I can say only one player, Eric Garcia, has a rating above 6, and clearly we have bottled the final. With that, we have lost a chance to win the treble, with Barcelona moreover failed to complete the second challenge as well. So now moving forward, let's talk about the top scorer and top assister for this season. Well, the top scorer for this season is again Julian Alvarez. He has managed to score 31 goals while providing 9 assists in 54 games. And the top assister for this season is Ferran Torres. He has provided 14 assists while scoring 30 goals, one less than Julian Alvarez in 55 games. While Moussa Diaby has managed to score 29 goals and provided 6 assists in 56 games, which is not that bad considering his first season at Barcelona. Talking about Pedri, he has scored 9 goals and 12 assists. Enzo Fernandez is not that great. He has scored only 2 goals in 30 games. While Frankie de Jong has managed to score 6 goals and provide 12 assists. While on the other hand, being a defensive midfielder, Declan Rice has scored 10 goals and provided 4 assists in 56 games. And now let's talk about the top scorer and top assister throughout these 5 seasons. Well, talking about the top scorer, the leadership has been changed. On the first, we have Julian Alvarez with 137 goals. On second, it is Ferran Torres with 122. And on third, it is still Rafinha with 86. And now talking about the top assister, on the first place we have Frankie de Jong with 59 assists. And on the second place we have Ferran Torres with 52. And on third we have Pedri with 48. At last, in these 5 seasons we have managed to lift 30 trophies with the club.